Morning everybody, I'm Jacob Amrine, Eastern Sales Manager for BUCHER Municipal for our tanker division. Today we're going to be going through the Recycler 315. This is actually our first CNG unit to the U.S. It's specifically made for the Western market, California, Oregon, and out there. We're going to be starting with our CVS liquid ring pump. This is a liquid ring pump compared to the normal PD system that you would normally see on a regular combo unit. So we use a single low blower that's using water to create vacuum. So as that's spinning in there, it's creating a cyclone effect like a Dyson vacuum cleaner. Going through the rest of our system here, you'll see an exhaust here. So this is as our air is coming back from the debris tank. It's continuing on being filtered and getting exhausted through this pipe right here. You'll see a four-way actuator valve. That's what allows us to pressurize and vacuum either side of our split partition in the tank to dump or control how much water and debris that we use in our units. Continuing on here, you'll see a couple cabinets on the side. This is where we store our 4-foot intake tubes. So with our units, we aren't required to carry numerous sections of stainless steel piping to be able to clean the manholes. So we store a 4-foot intake tube here. We'll get into the boom hose here in just a minute, but you'll see 9 cyclone separators up here. This is stage 2 of our recycling process. So as the water is being filtered out of the material on the backside of our tank, it is being pumped through these 9 cyclones as it's continuing on through the recycling process. Moving into our Desmi pump. This is our recycling pump. It pumps 300 gallons a minute, and it's what we use to really control the flow of water that's coming out of the material on the rear side of the tank. So as the water is continuing through the piping here, it's going through our Desmi pump or recycling pump and being pumped up into our 9 cyclone separators on the top tank. Working our way around the rear side of the unit, we use a 180-degree articulating reel. As you can see, there are 2 reels here. We have a small 1/2-inch hose that we can use for smaller pipe, 6-8-inch pipe, along with our wash down as we're going to dump at the end of the day. We use, on this unit particularly, we use a 1-inch hose, 660 feet, along with our 80-gallon-a-minute pump that you would normally see on a regular combo unit. On our diesel 315s, you're going to see a 1.25-inch hose that pumps 124 gallons a minute at 2100 psi. Then we'll get into the jetting pump as we get on the opposite side of the unit here. As we were talking about the boom hose earlier, you're going to see a 6-inch hose that's actually wrapped up and over the cab of the truck that allows us, it's a 66-foot hose, allows us to drop 34 feet with that 4-foot intake tube that we were just talking about. So with 2 pincher rollers that you'll see right on the top of the tank here, allows us to drop from 34 feet from the end of the boom down into the hole. So there's no required setting up extra tubes to be able to reach a certain length. You'll set up your 1 tube and then you'll continue on into the vacuuming process. We have 2 suction points you'll see here on the rear unit. Every combo unit has a decant valve. This is our decant valve is placed right at the 6 o'clock position on the back door. We also have another 4-inch right here that actually snorkels up into the tank and allows us to do stationary vacuuming. If we're doing pump stations or anything like that, we can actually stretch a flex hose out a numerous amount of feet to be able to carry out our day. So as we got the 180-degree articulating reel, our boom reaches out 10 feet, so we can reach out anywhere within that 10 feet of 180 degrees behind this unit. So it's perfect for fitting over fences or getting manholes that are far off the side of the road. Our control panel here, you'll see a small digital screen that's actually going to be reading out our RPMs, our fuel, the percentage of vacuum that we have in our liquid ring pump, along with our water and debris levels that are reading out digitally. We have our boom functions you'll see here with these turn knobs. They're along with our main control panels functions of our opening up our suction, our vacuum, our jetting pump, and turning on our recycling pump. You'll see a couple light switches here and then the main lock for the reel that allows it to be locked in place as you're traveling to and from the job site. Working around here, you'll see several work lights that are placed all around the unit. There's a total of 6, so you can work, allows us to work at any time of the night, whether it's dark, bright, anything like that. This cabinet here you'll see another control panel. That's actually what we call our setup panel. This is where we go to selecting our jetting hoses, what hose we're using, our pressures that we want to run, along with one of the 3 suction points that you saw on the back door earlier. This is also our dump panel, so when we go to dump at the end of the day, this is the main panel that we're going to go to carry out those functions. We have a several function wireless remote here. This allows us to get a digital readout of what our preset pressures are, what our jetting pressures are running out, along with the RPM for our liquid ring pump. And that can be changed from this remote. Moving through, you'll see several more cabinets here. This is all tool storage. We can store nozzles, we can store our extra filters that we'll use throughout the day. If we're on a job site and we need to swap the filters, it's a quick and easy swap. It takes about 5 minutes. Pull the filters out, put the new ones in, and you continue on with what you're doing. We used a Uraca P345 water pump. It's an 80 GPM pump with a 2400 PSI capabilities. It's a triplex pump, so you get a nice smooth operation as you're out jetting your lines or cleaning any kind of pipe that you're working on. And then every one of our recycling units, along with our standard combo units, are manufactured with a sink in here. So I can actually carry 4 gallons of fresh water that's completely separate from all of the recycling water. We have a water heater, your main sink here, your soap, your paper towels, and finally a mirror. So if you're out on a job site for a long time, you get a quick shower, brush your teeth, whatever you need to do. This also it has the heater on there, so you can almost take a full shower if you wanted to. And then last but not least, our final filters here. This is the stage 5 of our recycling process. So as the water is making its way through the system, this is the last line of defense before it continues on through our jetting pump. They are required to be cleaned every day. It makes a nice smooth operation for the next day. As I said earlier, it's a quick swap out. You'll take these clamps off, pull them out, put the new ones in, and continue on with what you're doing.